Do you ever want to buy products, but you don't want to spend an arm and a leg buying them, but you want something that's good value, that actually works, is worth the money? These are 10 products that I really believe in that actually are valuable. Do you ever notice how you click on some videos and they're promoting a product and they say, oh my gosh, this latest product is an absolute game changer. And wouldn't you know it, they are sponsored by that product or company, or they have an affiliate link for that very product. Of course, it's a game changer. No wonder you're going to promote it. These are 11 simple, easy things that cost little to almost no money. Are they going to change your life dramatically? No, to be honest. But I do think they're really going to add value, and they're relatively inexpensive, except for the very last item. But I believe in it so much that I don't care. I'm putting it in anyway, even though it is on the more pricey side. So these are 10 inexpensive products that will improve your life. However, this video is not sponsored by any of these companies, any of these brands. I believe in these products so much, that's why I'm doing the video.
Number 1, Ghost Armor.
So the first product is Ghost Armor. I remember years ago when I bought my first cell phone and I got it at TELUS store and asked, oh, can I have a screen protector for the phone? And for $35, $40, they gave me this flimsy, cheap plastic that you try to, you got to peel it off, try to apply it over top of the phone to protect, the screen. And if you get one little hair in it, if you get a crinkle in it or something, it doesn't go on right. And it was $35 for just a thin little piece of sticky, transparent plastic. And I'm like, wow, is this worth it? And I couldn't even get it on properly. I took it home and I was trying to, be very careful and get no creases or wrinkles on it so I could see my phone. And so somehow I came across Ghost Armor, and it's this thin little transparent piece of protection covering that they put over top of your phone, kind of like a protective transparent silicone. And somehow they heat it up and they put it over covering your phone and protects it from scratches, nicks, whatever, but they apply it. You just take in, give them your cell phone, they apply the coating, and you're done in like 40 minutes. I think you just leave your phone with them, walk away, come back, and it's on there. You can choose a matte or a gloss finish, and it protects your phone, and it's totally clear. Like, you can't even tell it's on there, and it's perfectly applied, and I've never had any problems with it. And I've gone through 2 cell phones in that time, and I make sure to have it put on each time I get a new cell phone. To have it applied and everything like that, I think it's about $40. But it's well worth the money, I feel, because it protects my phone and it works just awesome. I've never had a problem with it.
Number 2, a reusable water bottle.
The second thing that I feel is worth every penny is a water bottle. Like everybody knows, the importance of staying hydrated, drinking water. And back 10 years ago, when I didn't know anything, I'm like, I'll just use a plastic bottle. You just fill it up. And then everybody's like, those leak contaminants. Like, the plastic eventually leaks. And especially if you leave it in your car in the sun, that'll get into your water. I went to Costco and bought a 3-pack of these Contigo water bottles. It was about $30. I've never had any problems with them. And as long as you keep them filled, you're more likely to drink the water. It's right there. You can just simply grab it, you fill it back up, and it saves you buying for bottled filtered water. Like, it's such a ripoff to pay for it. Why not just have your own filter, fill up these water bottles? It's a cheap, inexpensive drink, and it's great for you. It's a no-brainer. In case we haven't met, I'm Aaron, a 20-year corporate accountant and analyst living in Western Canada. I have the academic, education, and experience, and have been investing for a number of years now. I talk about personal finance, investing, and investment portfolios. If this sounds like something you'd be interested in, consider subscribing to my channel.
Number 3, YubiKey.
So most people are familiar with 2-factor authentication to help secure your devices and applications. So if you go on to, say, Google, and you type in, what is the best 2-factor authentication method, you'll see YubiKeys come up as the number 1 recommended device. So YubiKeys are just this. They're just a little physical key that you use, that you plug into your computer, or you can use them on your cell phone, and they authenticate you are who you say you are. So no one can get in to your device or application unless they have these keys. Now, I'm big into cybersecurity, and these YubiKeys by YubiKey are far more trusted and secure than such applications as, say, Authy or Google Authenticator, which contain a one-time passcode. And they are far more secure than getting a text sent to, say, your cell phone, because everybody's heard of SIM swapping. These keys pay for themselves. They are very simple to use. All you do is plug it into your computer, tap it once you've registered the device, and you can even hold it to the back of your phone if your phone has NFC capability, which most newer phones do. In order to get into one of your devices, say, it's not like online where a hacker maybe gains access to your password. They actually have to have this physical key in their possession. So basically they would have to break into your house or be sitting beside you and steal your YubiKey. So these help prevent against phishing attacks, online scams. So if a hacker, say, guesses your password, they also have to have this YubiKey itself, this very one, in their possession. Every YubiKey is unique. Now, the only drawback is, well, what if I lose my YubiKey? Well, there's a chance you could get locked out of your account, yes. That's why it's best to get 2 different YubiKeys and register each one. That way, you always have a backup. And obviously, download your backup codes, have maybe one other backdoor into your account. But overall, these YubiKeys will pay for themselves. They range from about $40 to $70 in Canada. So yeah, the total cost is about $140 plus shipping. But these keys are worth every penny. And in case you're wondering, yes, you can use this one little YubiKey to secure 20, 40, 80 different accounts. The number is actually unlimited on how many accounts you can secure with, well, both of these YubiKeys. I'm actually going to put an affiliate link to YubiKeys in the description, but actually, no, forget it. I'm not going to put an affiliate link. Trust me, just go out and buy one. They are by far, hands down, the best security purchase you could make.
Do it. Do it now.
I remember about 30 years ago, my dad went to the store, right? And he came back with this weed whacker, right? And he started using it on the yard. And sure enough, the little spinny thing, it broke. And so he tried to fix it, and he's mechanically inclined. Couldn't fix it. Takes it back to the store. So he comes back about 40 minutes later with the same weed whacker. All right, well, no, the guy gave me this. I'm going to try out this one. So he goes out, starts using that one. Same thing happens. It again breaks, and he can't get it to come back out, right? It broke permanently, can't come back out, right? It's stuck. So he took it all apart, couldn't figure it out, couldn't get the little windy, rope thing, the vinyl rope, whatever you call it, to come back out. So he takes it back to the store a third time. And guess what he comes back with? No, I'm not kidding you. Guess what he comes back? The same one. And I'm like, why do you keep, this is 3 times now. You come back with the same one. What? Why do you keep coming back with the same weed whack? Well, the guy keeps recommending it. Says this is a good one. Well,
Apparently not if it keeps breaking and doing this.
and sure enough, it broke. And I'm like, Dad, you're so smart every other way, but just stop buying this piece of junk. Like, it won't work. It's a bad product.
Number 4, DVDs and Blu-ray.
The 4th thing is DVDs. I don't know if you've ever seen my B-roll footage, but I have books, I have DVDs. I believe in buying Blu-ray, DVDs. Sure, I stream once in a while, but these I'll own forever. And I found that certain movies, I threw them out, I got rid of the DVD, and then later I see it on a streaming service, and, well, you have to pay for that, right? You have to pay to rent it. Like if Netflix or Disney or whatever platform you're on gets rid of it, it's gone. These you'll have forever because DVDs last, unlike VHS tapes, remember those? But DVDs won't break down over time. Neither will Blu-rays. VHS tapes, however, they naturally corrode, even if they're kept in good condition. But DVDs won't, and you'll have them forever. So it saves you paying for it. Say Netflix, Disney, they remove that movie or show, well, it's gone. You have to pay for it or rent it. Well, that's a hassle, and I predict one day these could be worth something, right? Like if they become a collector's item for whatever reason, kind of like vinyl records, well, you can start a nice collection, and these only cost, sometimes you can get them for $3, $4 for a great movie, right? You could rent it for that. Sometimes it's $8, $9 to rent. And well, why not just watch for it on sale, buy it, and then you own it forever? Sure, it's a hassle, and you got to carry them around a little bit, but as long as you only have a few and you keep them organized, I'd much rather have a collection that I own and control, and I don't have to continually rent or pay for a subscription service to watch a movie. I remember when the internet went down a few weeks ago, and my family's like, oh, the kids can't stream anything. Oh, we can't watch Netflix or Disney. I'm like, I got my DVDs. I'm fine. My player still works. I'm all set. I had some kid movies too, so we were all right. But if the internet goes down, hey, As long as you have a DVD player, you're fine.
Number 5, MyFitnessPal app.
The fifth thing I found really useful was MyFitnessPal. I actually really enjoyed that app. Now I know they have other apps out there, but this is the one that worked for me. I found it really useful because it tracks what you're eating, records it, tells you the calories, makes you mindful of what you're eating. I actually lost, I think it was 50 pounds. I put some of it back on, but when I get motivated and start using it again, I'm pretty sure I can lose it. I dropped down to 155 pounds, 31-inch waist, and I was 190, 195. So it was one of the things that mainly helped me because I started tracking my calories. I was aware of it. I made sure not to go over my targets for the day. So it makes you more mindful of what you're eating and puts a spotlight on just how many calories something can be.
Number 6, personal finance and investing books.
The sixth thing is some great personal finance and investing books. Like, to me, they're worth their weight in gold, right? If you can actually learn from them. Now, I liked Rich Dad, Poor Dad somewhat. It was okay. I didn't find it as great as everybody says it is. Sorry, I'm going to go against the grain. I just found it okay, tad boring at times and a little bit repetitive. Like, I just wish in this book that it gave more concrete examples of how to get rich. Like, that's what everybody wants, right? But it gave you such kind of generic, everyday, non-specific things and scenarios, such as, well, to get rich, you have to outthink other people, do what they wouldn't. Well, okay, obviously, but I feel like when I was reading it, and I feel you would too, you'll be reading it saying, well, can you tell me how? Can you give me specific examples of how to do it, steps I would take? Like, it doesn't really get into that. It just goes through the scenarios of the two dads with the boy and how they're different. And you get it after the first few chapters. You know, you don't have to keep reading, I found. Like, if it were me, this would be a pass. I don't find it that great. It's okay, but I don't think, in my opinion, it quite lives up to the hype. Two books that I actually do really recommend are, one, Arlene Dickinson's Persuasion. I found this a really good book. I really enjoyed it. I think she is a smart lady and knows what she's talking about. And in this book, she talks about how you want to actually listen to what people are saying. You want to effectively be interested, pause, give yourself time to reflect on what they're saying, and they'll actually value that. People underestimate how long of a time they have to respond, right? They think, I have to respond right away. You don't. And you actually come across better by if you're thinking about what the other person is saying, and you're not just waiting till they're done their sentence and you jump in with yours. The other person appreciates it more if you're actually reflecting, taking what they're saying into account, thinking about it, and then responding. You ever been talking to somebody and they're just waiting for you to get done so they can come in with their own 2 cents and say, oh, but guess what? Anyway, you're kind of like, they're not really listening to me. I just want to be heard. That's what she talks about in this book. Actually listening to people, and you better connect with people because they feel like you're truly listening and understanding them. And the second is Robert Herjavec's book, Driven. This is for anybody who wants to succeed in business or in life. And I really like Robert. I think he is great. No, I'm not on a Dragon's Den, Shark Tank pump here, but these just happen to be 2 books that I selected. But it's actually a really good book, and I think Robert really knows his stuff. Like, he has such a great background and unique style of looking at things that most people don't have. And he's built his business from the ground up. Like, his family came broke. He didn't have anything. So it's not like one of these, he inherited his wealth and he's been given all these special privileges. And no, he built his business from the ground up. Like, he's done it. He's actually knows what he's talking about. So I would highly recommend this book if you're looking to take your life or your business to the next level. The Millionaire Next Door and A Simple Path to Wealth are 2 other finance books that I'd highly recommend. I really enjoyed both of those. Whether it's these books or some other personal finance book, you'll find that once you start growing and learning more of this, that your universe just starts to expand, that you want to consume more content. Like, it's kind of addicting in a way.
Number 7, magnetic bookmarks.
The 7th thing that I highly recommend, and these are cheap, but very, very high value, just little magnetic bookmarks. That's all they are. You just simply connect them on, they clip onto your book, and yeah, they hold your place, and they're much better than the traditional bookmarks that fall out. I don't know if you've ever heard of these, but just simple little magnetic bookmarks, and they show where you left your place off in, and I find them real handy, right? You can tip them out, your bookmark won't fall out, you lose your place. And yeah, I myself still believe in books. Like I said, I believe in books. I don't go with Kindle. I like to hold a book, actually be reading it, have it on a shelf, and own it. Hey, do me a favor. If you feel like you're getting something out of this video, would you hit the like button, as it really helps out my channel with the YouTube algorithm. Also, leave me a comment below telling me about what you think is an inexpensive but yet highly valuable product that I might have missed.
Number 8, oatmeal.
And number 8, oatmeal. No, hear me out. Where are you going? No, trust me on this one. Trust me. This is absolutely great stuff. It pays for itself, and well, I don't know if I could eat it every day. I eat it a lot, but hear me out on this one. This is absolutely fabulous. This bag right here, this great big bag of 3.18 kilograms cost me about $17 to $23 at Costco or any grocery store, and it makes about 88 servings. So 88 servings you get out of this great big bag. It doesn't have to be this brand. It can be any kind of steel cut oats or rolled oats. Both are absolutely fabulous for your health. They're low in saturated fat, only 0.5. They have no sugar. So this is absolutely great for your health. And it takes about 7 to 8 minutes to make on the stove. So once I've done that, I have my meals for the entire week. It's all mapped out. I just have to take another portion out of the bowl, put it in a container. I can heat it up at work. It's quick, it's fast, it's healthy. And of this great big bag here, 88 servings you get at about $21, we'll say. That means it costs about 27 cents per meal. And this is ultra healthy. Like back in my bodybuilding days, I told personal fitness trainers, this is what I have for breakfast every morning. And they're like, love it. Unprocessed steel cut oats. You cannot get any better than this. So this beats hands down any breakfast you'll get if you go out for a grand slam and you get the pancakes, toast, bacon, eggs, sausages at $15 to $18, $20 compared to 27 cents. Oh, and by the way, this is a lot healthier for you. And after you eat it, best of all, you'll have energy. You won't feel like taking a nap on the couch and just crashing out for a few hours, just feeling sluggish. Like I eat this stuff and I'm like, all right, what do I gotta do today? This, boom, bam. Like this is what you want. In case we haven't met, I'm Aaron, a 20-year corporate accountant and analyst living in Western Canada. I've been investing for a number of years now, so that's why I talk about on my channel. Personal finance, investing, and investment portfolios. If this sounds like something you'd be interested in, consider subscribing to my channel.
Number 9, a good tripod.
I find this so handy whether you're taping YouTube videos, but say you're on a family trip or you're on an outing or you need good photos or video, whatever, and you're tired of asking people, hey, can you hold my camera or my phone? I need to get a video, or you want to get a shot, or you want that slow movement, you want to be able to track and pan. A good tripod is well worth the money. The one I have, I love it. I use it for everything, such as my videos. I can't show it to you right now because I'm taping on it, but it's awesome. It's well worth the money, and mine costs about, I think, $80, $85 for a really good one. So for me, a little bit more money is worth the investment.
Number 10, a gym membership.
This is assuming that you actually go and use it. But having a gym membership, well, health has so many benefits, right? And I used to be a former intermediate bodybuilder. I don't know if you know that, probably not. And I loved going to the gym, and I'm just started getting back into it. And there are so many benefits from actually going to the gym, right? For $10, $20 a month, you can go, you work out, you have more energy, increased stamina, your health will improve, your sleep, your eating habits, everything, your mood, everything gets better when you start going to the gym. Now I know there is a time commitment, you have to drive there, the cost, but once you get past that, the hardest thing is actually just walking in the door. When you leave, most times you feel so much better. You feel like, even though you haven't changed, your body still looks the same. You feel like just so macho, right? Like, you got a problem, but I didn't think so. Yeah. But you just feel more confident, right? Like it's a tremendous mood booster, right? Like you'll come home, you'll be like, hey, what's going on, family? How can I help? What do you need? You're not just crashing out on the couch and leave me alone. I gotta rest. Don't have the energy right now. Like you'll get better from going to the gym. Like there are so many benefits just go, assuming that you actually do use your membership.
Number 11, Vitamix blender.
And like I said, number 11, the expensive one, but well worth the money is, I don't know if you can see this, the Vitamix blender. Like, my wife got this for me and I've been wanting it for a while, and I love this thing. Like, you use it, you could make gravel in this thing, like put in some concrete, and don't do that actually, but I'm just saying you could almost. Like, you know how when you use a blender and you put in all the stuff and it blends together and you get chunks and it didn't really blend that great, and you get bloop bloop. None of that. This comes out so smooth. It has, I think it's like 3 horsepower, like a motor this size. It has its own technician. It has 3 horsepower in this blender, and it has different settings or anything. I've never had a problem with it as long as you keep the blades clean, you wash it, you take care of it. This thing will last you 15, 20 years. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Build things to last. Like, I'll pay for higher quality if I'm actually getting higher quality, rather than some cheap thing that's going to last 6 months, 8 months, and then break. This thing is awesome, and that's why I'm promoting it, because I've never had any problems. And then you start mixing things, and you're like, oh, not too bad actually. And this is vegetables and some fruit, and wow, that's super healthy for you. You'll get so many benefits out of this. So you combine this with going to the gym, and well, I won't say you're unstoppable, but you're sure off to a great head start. The Vitamix blender, buy it. Well worth the money. It is about $500 to $550. They sell them at Costco. It's a lot, but look at what you're getting. It's gonna last a long, long time. And that's why I want to talk about on this video, good products that actually don't cost a ton of money, but do the job they're supposed to do. So that's a wrap. If you're curious about where 90% of your returns come from in your investment portfolios, it's not from stock picking. Click this next video here to find out the answer.